Just turn the gas on and just going to literally try and warm the van up a little bit. I've got my little DeLonghi heater ticking over down there. Back on the display. We're going to hit that and get the van temperature. So we hit that and we're going to turn that back up to, I'm going to chuck it right on 22 and hit it. It feels pretty cold in here, so I'm just going to hit that up. I don't know if you can see the display. So the little van symbol now is flashing where it'll warm up. Goes back to the clock. Default setting 22 degrees, so hopefully that'll kick in and that'll be good. So I've just got the heating on now and it's warming up, heading towards 22 degrees, so which is incredible. This heater is so effective in this thing. Well, you saw me turning on the LPG outside. We got the rechargeable LPG on this, so it's unbelievable really. It just like kicks in, warm it up, 5 minutes, it's getting toasty already. So basically, yeah, it's really good. Warms it up, so I'm just chilling out here for a minute. Got another camera angle on today. I'm trying a few different camera angles. We're in the old lockdown, so you know what it's like. So we're just getting a few camera angles, getting some of the equipment sorted out, and hopefully the blog will continue at some point, which will be more interesting than just sat in your motorhome at home on your driveway. But there we go, that's all we can do at the moment. So just coming over to check this heater control again, and it's still warming up. Got it set on 22 degrees, which is nice and toasty, and basically this van is warm. Cool. Just wanted to yeah, we normally do a lot of beer tasting of different odd ball beers. So we're from Devon and just on the edge of Dartmoor, so I've got a nice Moor beer today, which is looking pretty cool. It's some pale ale and looks quite interesting. Looks like a real grippy can. Got that real grippy surface on it, and when we get back on the road we're going to be doing a lot of drinking and a lot of having a good time, hopefully. So like I say, I'm just checking out a few different camera angles with the GoPro up there and various positions, so happy days. So today, I think on my last, I put a bit of a blog out last week, just a sort of bit of an intro thing, nothing too serious. And I did mention that I was going to tag on some photos at the end, which I didn't do. So hopefully that later on I'm going to tag a few photos on of some of our previous trips. We did a beauty last November time. We went from here, we went across the channel, we went into Belgium, and I think our first night we stopped in Bruges, which is a real favourite of ours. And so Belgian beer, incredible, nice city, a bit touristy, but we know some really good bars over there. So then I think we moved on, we were up then, we moved on up to a place called Bad Bentheim, which is just into Germany and just on the edge of from Holland into Germany. So there's some there's a really good like castle up there. Bad Bentheim, so we wanted that sort of little bit sketchy sort of thing. So I know I've got some good pictures of Bad Bentheim, etc. And then we went from Bad Bentheim on to Bremen, which is in Germany. And they corrected us. I think we were told it's called Bremen. So the home of Beck's beer. so which was on our list to do. So we ended up going into the Beck's Beer Brewery, which is up there on the river there, and it's a pretty impressive place. We were just like outside, it was really dimpsy. As we were going in and stuff, and we got in there and the smell of hops. Really good beer tour. We done the beer tour through and ended up in this real retro sort of Art Deco kind of bar at the end. Which was really interesting, and they laid out sort of like tables with pretzels, and we could sample some of the beers that Beck's do, and they did some incredible Pilsner lagers and stuff. I think I'm going to have to turn this heating down a minute, so it's not, I think it's not even reached 22 degrees, so I'm going to drop that back to 19, because basically I'm getting pretty hot. I've got me, obviously me Celle Adventures sweatshirt on, as you do, keeping myself nice and toasty as well. But yeah, so we ended up in the beer brewery at Beck's, which was awesome. Tried all the beers and stuff, different beers, which were really full on. Awesome. Came out a bit scammy. It was absolutely tipping down rain when we came out. We wasn't bothered. We was walking back up to the camper park, which is in Bremen, which is a really good park up for visiting the city. We had a wander around the city, whatever, and then we left there, and the next stop was Hamburg. So yeah, got a nice little itinerary started here. So the next stop was Hamburg, which is a really all-time favourite of ours, up on the side of the river. We went on a camper park for the campers up. There, all your motorhomes and stuff parked up on the river. I think we're the only British ones up there at that stage, but anyway, hey ho. But anyway, really good park up on the River Elbe there, and we walking distance of the city, and we ended up in the Brewdog. There's a new Brewdog bar opened up. At the top of the Reeperbahn in St. Pauli area of Hamburg, which was that bar is an incredible bar, and we spent a bit of time. We probably spent too much time in there. We ended up finding that bar, and it was like, yes. And they do some incredible craft beers, as you probably know if you follow beer. Brewdog. We do a lot of like beer things and drinks orientated. We try and visit some incredible beer bars, cocktail bars, rum bars. That is one thing that we do enjoy. So if you're interested in that kind of thing, that might tickle your fancy or whatever. So yeah, so that was a really good hit, and we ended up down in Beetlesplatz, down the Reeperbahn. We ended up in they were just starting up the St. Pauli Christmas market, which is a bit of an erotic Christmas market. I don't know whether you've heard about it, but it's a bit of a fun place to go. And they had some music in there, and the gluten. Wine and stuff flowing, so we had plenty of bratwurst there, and yeah, we had a really good time in Hamburg. So I'll try and knock up some pictures of Hamburg. And the Beck's beer and stuff, And then from there we ended up, when we left Hamburg, we went down to Celle, a place called Celle in Germany, which was pretty impressive. The camper park at Celle was probably one of the best ones we'd ever been to, I should think. As regard, you got a campsite, so this is so well typical of German, incredible automation. You ended up paying for your parking at a machine where you got a Celle card, and then you just like literally go over to the electricity tower, which feed in your motorhome, and you can feed your electricity on there as you want, and you can go into the heated shower blocks. The floor was all heated in the showers and the toilet facilities, which was awesome. The sanitation outside for the black water and the grey water waste was all in like stainless steel. Brand new, beautiful, really nice parking up there. Again, I'll try and include some pictures of Celle. Another incredible city, which we went in around the city, some stunning scenery, the old like German architecture and stuff, and we were there and it was like there's a big slosh, big castle thing, big castle there at Celle, and yeah, we had a really enjoyable stay at Celle. And from there, so yeah, so moving on again, it's all in my head here, it was all my road trip. so from Celle we ended up going down to Dusseldorf. Another, I'm gonna hold it there a second and I'm gonna change cameras. Yeah, so basically then we ended up at Dusseldorf in Germany, and just on the river. On the side of the Rhine, parking there was pretty cool. It was right on the edge of the river. We'll get a photo in there. I'll get the photo in of the parking right on the river, and we was able just to watch the barges go up and down the river. There's normally like cruise boats going up and down and stuff like that. So beautiful parking on the side of the river, and in the distance we could literally see the wheel. Like a big Ferris wheel kind of thing going up as they're opening up the Christmas market. So that stage of game, so it's really cool. And our destination, on that day we were literally going in to have a look around the Christmas markets. So we had well, not particularly other Christmas markets, they were there, so we had a quick wander around the Christmas markets in the middle. And so we strolled along the quay from the camper park, which was awesome. I can't remember, it was a ticket the next day. We had to put the ticket in the machine, and I think it was kind of like something like 12 euros possibly to stay in Dusseldorf, which was really good value for money. And then we ended up going into a nice Irish bar, which we got in there and had some beer, and just getting into the rhythm of things. And the guy was, I think he had some music playing. I'm just going to do a quick cut there. So yeah, so the guy had some music playing, and he had a bit of Rod Stewart on, bit of old Rod Stewart and stuff. So we were drinking a bit of beer in the Irish bar, having a bit of a crack. And but anyway, so then we moved on. We were the destination was the Reeperbahn Hotel. So they've got a really full-on, incredible, one of the best bars in the world sort of thing, bar in their hotel. So we ended up going into the Capella Lounge, which was unbelievable bar, and we were kind of like, wow, what are we going to drink? We were going to drink some cocktails, and then we were sort of perusing the menu a little bit, and we were sort of like, oh, we couldn't quite make up our mind. So anyway, the bartender came over and was sort of like, you know, what do you guys kind of want? And I sort of like, oh, you've got Dom Papa rum. So there's a nice bottle of Dom Papa rum on his bar there. So we'll can we take a couple of Dom Papa rums and a bit of Coke there? So we had a bit of Dom Papa rum, Philippines rum, at the bar. So then we ended up, they have a cigar lounge in the side of the bar. You go through an automated door, so you get in the bar. You can't smell any smoke or nothing. But so then you can go on into the cigar lounge, which let's say automated door. In we went, and then you've got a humidor which they keep all the cigars in. So we ended up going in and picking a couple of cigars up, and literally ended up sitting down on these leather padded chairs. And the guy comes, he was like lighting us up, and these big cigars, and we're drinking a bit of Dom Papa rum in this like totally panelled out room. Pretty impressive. So we got some great memories, and I think the only regret is probably not having, when you get into the COVID time like it is at the moment, and you look back on such an incredible time what we had, literally sort of like, oh, we should have had a bigger cigar and 2 drinks. But so yeah, so that was a really good trip. And then going on that trip from Dusseldorf, we ended up going down to a place called Derby in Belgium, where we ended up visiting a pirate bar in Derby, a place called Derby, which is pretty old medieval town down there. And we ended up going down. I wanted to take I think I can't remember what bottle I took down for the guy now. I think it might have been a Lugger, an old empty bottle of Lugger rum, just to put in. They have all these like crazy candles burning, and all the wax is coming out over the bottle. So it was again another awesome place. So we did a bit of our research on a trip and where we want to go, blah blah blah. So it was a pretty awesome trip. So and it was just a good time trip. You know, it was literally good eating, had some good food. Not that we are like into these super duper a la carte restaurants or anything. We like to go to the Hard Rock Cafe, get yourself a big burger and stuff, and all that kind of stuff, you know, just like simple food, and but having a good time, and drinking different beers and cocktails and rums and blah blah blah. So there we go. So I think I'm going to leave it there. I'm going to compile a load of photos to go with this little video, and then we'll be back on it again soon. But yeah, so basically, good. I'm not babbling on any.